Welcome to For a Prosperous Life. Today we're exploring the powerful concept that has changed countless lives, the abundance equation. How do thoughts create wealth? Is it just wishful thinking, or is there proven science behind it? Join me as I share my own journey, the exact thought shifts that unlock new prosperity, and practical steps you can use to change your financial destiny. Chapter 1. Discovering the Power of Thought. Years ago, I felt stuck. I chased money, worked hard, yet my financial situation always seemed to hit a ceiling. What I didn't realize is that my thoughts were quietly shaping my reality, not just through my choices, but through the energy I brought to every opportunity. Research shows that wealth isn't just determined by circumstances, luck, or talent. Your internal dialogue, your self-talk, your beliefs, and your emotional state play a much deeper role in determining what you attract and create in life. A study from 2025 described how our energy, thoughts, and actions are all intricately connected, forming the foundation for abundance and financial success. Positive, focused thinking raises your energetic frequency, aligning you with opportunity. Negative, limiting beliefs emit low-frequency energy, repelling prosperity. Learning this felt like waking up from a dream. I realized my thinking needed a total overhaul. Chapter 2. The Science of Abundance. I dove into the latest research, quantum physics, psychology, and neuroscience, and discovered the science of abundance. What does this mean? At its core, it means that your brain and your thoughts are constantly shaping your external reality. Quantum theory tells us that everything is energy, including thoughts. Our thoughts send out signals that influence not only how we perceive the world, but how the world responds to us. Just as a radio needs to tune to the right frequency to hear a station, our minds need to tune into the frequency of abundance to attract wealth and success. Psychologists have measured how positive expectations, what you deeply believe will happen, create self-fulfilling prophecies. When you expect opportunity, you unconsciously act in ways that make opportunity more likely. When you expect scarcity, you shrink from risk and fail to recognize the doors opening around you. Chapter 3. Rewiring Limiting Beliefs. I realized that most of my internal programming came from childhood. Money is hard to earn, rich people are greedy, or I'm just not good with money. These leaking beliefs weren't facts. They were stories I'd inherited, and I could choose new ones. The first step was self-awareness. I journaled for a week, writing down every negative money thought. This exercise showed me just how often I sabotaged myself, complaining about bills, worrying about the future, feeling undeserving. This wasn't just habit, it was psychological conditioning. Psychologists explain that these limiting beliefs create blocks in your subconscious mind, making it almost impossible to succeed no matter how hard you try. The science of abundance reveals that rewiring these patterns unlocks your true financial potential. Chapter 4. The Abundance Equation. One article introduced the abundance equation, a process for breaking through mental barriers and activating wealth. The equation was knowledge plus experience plus wisdom plus realization plus giving equals abundance. I began to internalize that wealth doesn't come just from knowledge or skills. It comes from wisdom, deep understanding combined with the insight to act. Giving in this context means contributing to others and creating value. Abundance is the result of what you learn, how you grow, and most importantly, how you impact the world. This formula became my North Star, shifting my focus from getting to becoming. I started seeing myself as part of a larger flow, where giving, sharing, and helping others built the very foundation for my own wealth. Chapter 5. Affirmations and Visualization. Neuroscience proves that affirmations, positive present tense statements repeated with emotion, help reprogram your subconscious mind. Phrases such as "I am worthy of financial abundance" or "opportunities chase me" reinforce new beliefs and shift your emotional state. I practiced visualization daily, spending 5 minutes each morning picturing the life I truly wanted. Not just the bank balance, but the impact, freedom, joy, and generosity I wanted to express. What's remarkable is how quickly my energy and confidence began to change. For me, this wasn't just mystical, it was practical. Every time I affirmed my worth, I felt more confident negotiating at work, asking for help, or investing in my dreams. Visualization made success feel real, so my brain stopped sabotaging my efforts. Chapter 6. Growth Mindset. Turning Challenges into Fuel. One major shift was adopting a growth mindset, which means viewing setbacks as stepping stones instead of failures. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck proved that those who believe skills can be developed are far more likely to succeed than those who see abilities as fixed. When I lost money on a business idea, I stopped asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and started asking, "What did I learn?" This single shift changed everything. I became resilient, creative, and resourceful. The brain's neuroplasticity means we can always learn and adapt, creating new pathways for wealth. A growth mindset also means relentlessly expanding your financial knowledge, reading, networking, and experimenting. The wealthy aren't born with special powers. They commit to lifelong learning and apply new lessons at every opportunity. Chapter 7. Creating Value, the Real Source of Wealth. I learned from entrepreneurship research that true wealth flows from value creation, not from chasing money directly. The most successful people focus on solving problems for others. By creating something useful, meaningful, or impactful, wealth follows naturally. This shift was revolutionary. I stopped asking, "How can I get rich?" and started asking, "How can I serve?" That focus led to new business ideas, better career moves, and valuable collaborations. When I worked with purpose, energy increased. Positive psychology research shows that intrinsic motivation, doing what you love for its own sake, is the most powerful form of energy for wealth creation. Chapter 8. Abundance Mentality versus Scarcity Mindset. I noticed that people who struggle financially often operate from a scarcity mindset, believing resources are limited, fearing loss, and viewing others as competitors. Abundance thinkers, by contrast, operate from generosity and optimism. They believe there's enough for everyone. A study led by Stephen Covey found that those with an abundance mindset not only had more financial success, but higher well-being and life satisfaction. This mindset leads to collaboration, sharing knowledge, and celebrating others' achievements, all behaviors that create more opportunities for wealth. To cultivate this mindset, I practiced gratitude daily, celebrating small wins and remembering the resources I already had. Gratitude changes brain chemistry, helps you spot opportunities, and invites new abundance. Chapter 9. The Role of Action. I quickly learned that mindset alone isn't enough. Action bridges thought and reality. The abundance equation requires you to take consistent, strategic steps that align with your vision. Every week, I set 3 simple financial goals and tracked my progress. I broke big projects into manageable actions and created if-then plans to automate behavior. For example, if I get paid, then I invest 10% before spending. Action builds self-trust. Each time you follow through, you reinforce your new beliefs. Research shows that even small wins create momentum and strengthen self-discipline. Chapter 10. Overcoming Fear and Doubt. No journey to wealth is smooth. Fear and doubt are inevitable. What helped me was reframing fear as a sign that I was growing. Challenges activate the amygdala in the brain, triggering discomfort and resistance. Mindfulness and positive self-talk help overcome this. I learned that doubt comes from unfamiliarity, trying something new, stepping beyond your comfort zone. Embrace it as proof that you're moving forward, not evidence of failure. Seeking support from mentors and community supplied new perspectives and encouragement that often made the difference between giving up and pushing through. Chapter 11. Generosity and Giving. The final, unexpected secret to abundance is giving. Giving isn't just about charity. It's about sharing ideas, creating value, helping others grow. Studies in positive psychology confirm that generosity increases your own wealth, happiness, and resilience. I noticed that when I helped colleagues, taught skills freely, or mentored newcomers, connections multiplied and opportunities grew. The more I contributed, the more resources, advocates, and knowledge I attracted. Chapter 12. Real-life Results. Applying these principles, my financial life transformed, gradually at first, then exponentially. I negotiated better salaries, started successful projects, and built investments. But the greatest reward was confidence. The knowledge that my thoughts, beliefs, and actions had the power to shape my reality. Each day, I revisit my abundance equation, rewire negative self-talk, visualize the life I'm building, create value, and act with courage. The journey of wealth creation is ongoing, but the power of thoughts is real, measurable, and endlessly renewable. A new path awaits. If you're ready to change your financial destiny, begin with your thoughts. Audit your beliefs, rewrite your script, and tune your mind to the frequency of abundance. Learn, give, act, and I promise you'll start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. Thank you for watching For a Prosperous Life. Like, share, and subscribe for practical guides, inspiring stories, and the tools to unlock abundance in every area of your life. Abundance is not something we acquire. It is something we tune into. Wealth starts with a single empowered thought.